So this is the take two of how overthinking is helping me, and it's hurting me as well. So I really want to discuss this thing and bring it out. This is like my first episode that I want to record, is because I am an overthinking machine. I think overthinking or overthink tank is one of the identity that I resonate with myself a lot, and I wanted to understand the psychology behind it and how it is helping me, how it is hurting me, how I can turn this overthinking into a weapon. So, in most of our life, or if you are overthinker, there is a moment, and maybe you'll understand is when when we have been staring at the same decision for so long that it starts staring back at us, and we tell ourselves that I'm just being careful, I'm really analyzing, I really want to make sure that we are moving forward. But in reality, we are running the same mental loop again and again for the 12th time, running it through different angles, running it through different versions, and mostly it's the same fear that we have. For example, for this recording that I'm doing right now, I think I've recorded this multiple times, and every time I thought, okay, we can make this better, or there was this fear that it is not good. Who's gonna listen to this? There are so many creators out there. What difference can I really make? So to give a context here, as a founder, this is also most of my stress comes out. This is where it stops me for progressing. It's not the work, it's not the clients, it's not even the market that we are trying to get into, or the changing dynamics of the market. It's the endless loop that I keep on getting myself into. It's the endless stimulations in my head that keeps on running and running. So, to define it simply, overthinking, at least the way I experience is thinking beyond the point of usefulness. It's where my mind just wants to create a lot more scenarios, various different versions of itself, that it stops me from making any point useful. It feels productive though, but it stops momentum. And if it is left unchecked, it becomes a quite invisible break in our operating system, in our working. And the kind that doesn't show up in any analytics, but it shows up in our energy. It freezes our energy, it takes up a lot of time. So I'll tell you one example where a few months ago we had a new offer for the company, and it was related to a healthcare project, and it required some of the development that we had to do, and we were thinking that maybe we can take this project further and then launch a version of ourselves as well, something that we can also procure to the market. The numbers made sense, the market research made sense, the demand was there. We have worked with a lot of doctors, and they were also like agreeing that okay, this is something that is required. But me, my brain, it had different plans, and I started doing what every overthinker does. I started opening new spreadsheets, I started analyzing the data again and again, I was reworking on the deck again and again, I was rechecking the messages again and again, I was changing the architecture of the offer again. I had so many GPT conversations going on. Every time there was the same output that yes, you are thinking in the right direction, but I wasn't still convinced. Even the meetings with my team felt like a deja vu, that the last week we had the same conversation, and before that week we had the same conversations, but we weren't moving forward. We were orbiting the same anxiety again and again. Even multiple nights that I have spent in my studio with all the lights off, with my laptop screen glowing, and running the simulations that what what if the offer is wrong? What if the client pushes back? What if I'm not able to deliver this? What if there is a problem? And what if this decision defines the next 2 years of where we are moving? Even, even like, what if we take a certain step, a certain direction of developing this application, and there are multiple ways that we can do it. Even picking up the technology to get it developed on, it felt like I'm stagnating myself. And at some point I realized I'm not making anything better for myself. I'm just trying to protect myself from a commitment to that direction. So what I have understood behind the psychology of this strategy is that overthinking is not about the decision. It was more about the identity risk that I was facing. My brain wasn't scared of choosing something wrong. It was mostly scared about choosing wrong and what it says about me. Most founders don't fear failure. Even I don't fear failure. In fact, I want to learn from failure. But misdefining my identity or our identity is something that we stimulate into endlessly. And we orbit so many possibilities instead of landing on one. It's like opening too many browsers. It's opening too many browser tabs, bookmarking each and every other piece of article that you go through that supports one of the decisions or one of the directions of the decision that we are following. And each and every one of them feels important. Even if I like show you my browser tabs right now, there are so many that I started hanging a very powerful laptop or a very powerful machine that I have. But every new tab that I open, every new chat I start with the AI, it splits my focus, it splits my decision. It's like every time I open a new tab, I read something else. I'm like, okay, oh, what if we just add this feature and then move forward, then what will happen? It creates a panic every time you get into it. It's a spiraling down situation. So here is one thing that is kind of helping me consistently. It is a process called scan, sort, shrink, and take a step. And how it can be implemented is like number one, scan. What am I thinking on loop? So, for example, if we are postponing a new launch service, name that loop. It's that, I'm scared the client won't understand it, or I'm scared that we are not asking for enough, or I'm scared that the price is not right. So scan it, check what am I overthinking on, and it is stopping me to take a step. The second is sort. See what the data is telling you about and what is the drama that you are creating. So for the data, it's like the clients, what your clients are simply asking you. What is out there that you know is gonna work or already is working, or you have a really firm belief that okay, this is the decision or a service or a product that I feel ready, I'm gonna launch. And what is the drama? Drama is like, okay, what if this fails? Then what will happen? If I start working on this and I'm not able to deliver it, what people will think of me? Will they judge me on my capabilities or my team capabilities or my studio's capability? And taking this step usually takes 40% of the spiraling down that keeps on happening. Number three is shrink. What is the smallest real decision that we can take from this? And it's not about taking the right model forever, but it's more like, okay, what can I draft or ship this week? What is the one thing that I can actually work on? And shrinking a lot of your decision turmoil reduces the emotional overload and make it tiny, make it very small decision that you have to think. And number four is step. Take a step. Think about what's the next visible action that we can take. Think that okay, if this was on a camera or if there are CCTVs all around me and somebody sees it, what would they want me to do? Think yourself as a main character, like maybe send a message update your team, update the client, publish a draft, schedule a call, and the thinking ends and the momentum begins. It's not a very perfect solution. I'm still working on it, and a lot of the times it's you who have to work on it and you have to think on it. But if you have this step on the back of your head, then even if personally you overthink a lot of things, maybe you are able to get over it. So if you want to take one thing from this video, it's that overthinking is not a flaw. It's an untrained engine, and aim for it. Think of it that just like you have made so many possible decisions, you have thought of so many possible scenarios, that when you sit with that data that your brain has created, you have certain edge to it, because you have almost ran every analysis that you can on top of that. So now your decision, whatever you take, it's gonna be at least better than what most people comes out with. And whatever the decision that you're looping on, just run it through, scan, sort, shrink, and take a step, and then commit one word below, which is looping or moving, so that I get to know that what you people are going through, what the community that I'm trying to build is going through. And please subscribe, like, share. It's still a very raw video that I'm recording and putting it out. But if you want to learn more about, or if you want me to talk more about psychology, founders' behavior, identities behind the decisions, systems, or just about anything that I really like, then subscribe, like, and I'm just getting started. We are just getting started in making content. So a little bit of support from anyone who is watching this video. This is the first. Will be of a lot of help. And thank you for watching.